Ptpop here. All four lobes of my brain securely bound behind my back. And today I'm going to talk about a recent customer service survey I filled out based off an interaction I had with a customer service representative with PNC Bank. Stay tuned. So the other day I had to call into PNC Bank to take care of some of my account information, and I was attempting to sign up for online banking. And because I don't have a debit card with PNC Bank, I was unable to sign up for online banking through the internet because it kept asking me for a PIN number, which I do not have. So I called in. I got a young lady on the phone who helped me get signed up for online banking, and she did a great job up to a certain point. And what had happened is she got me signed up for online banking, and I had some additional questions that I think to her seemed inane or stupid, and or she was coming on or going beyond her 7-minute talk time, and she began to get frustrated with me. You could tell in her tone of voice that she just wanted to get off the phone. She didn't want to talk to me anymore, which led me to just end the call. I said, "Hey, Natalie, thanks for your help." So I got an email the next day in my email box, my inbox, that said, "Based on your experience with the representative, how likely are you to recommend him or her to your friends or family members to help with their banking needs? On a scale of 0, not likely at all, 10, extremely likely, what would you do?" I gave this woman an 8 because she did help me with my concerns, and she did do it in a fairly friendly, polite, and professional manner. She got me to where I wanted to go, and I was happy with that. After that, I thought she was horrible, and what I thought of doing in the survey was to kind of like lambaste her on the survey, but knowing that these surveys will destroy her overall rating as a customer service representative on the floor, I decided to use this survey in another way. And so it says down here, what is the primary reason for the score you have given the representative? Please provide as much detail as possible. So in here I wrote, I spoke to Natalie on May 8th, 2019 at 12:04 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. She worked in the Whitehall, Ohio call center. Let me preface this by saying I have worked in call centers since 1990. Check out my YouTube channel where I have a variety of videos discussing call centers. I just want to get a plug in there to see if any of the management who look at this will look at my channel. The largest call center I worked in was the Verizon. I'm doing this kind of as I record this. This is the Verizon Wireless Call Center in Chandler, Arizona. So I have a good idea how things work regarding metrics and customer satisfaction surveys. My conversation with Natalie started off well. She got me signed up for the online banking as I requested. After we were finished with that, I had a few additional questions. Some of them may have been fairly inane, but still, I had a couple of questions. It was more than apparent that Natalie was becoming annoyed with me. Not sure why. From what I remember, I was professional and polite and was puzzled by her about face. She started off fairly friendly, but it seemed the longer I kept her on the phone, the more agitated she became. I know this is going to affect her overall score, but this isn't about Natalie. It's about PNC, who obviously punishes their employees if they go above the allotted 7-minute talk time. I know she was panicking because you could hear, I'm educated. You could hear her tone drastically change. She was either watching the clock or had a supervisor talking in her ear to telling her to wrap it up. Natalie, I feel for you. Call center work is a complete and utterly miserable hell. Get out now while you can. Update your resume and start looking for a new and better job and save your mind, your health, and your life. It's not worth the $13.50 an hour and the promise of benefits after 6 months, to have this company destroy your self-esteem and self-worth. So I click next. So that's basically what I had to say. Click next. And there's more. I mean,
thinking about the representative who helped you, please specify how much you agree to score the following statements on a scale of 1 to 7. Made it easy to do banking with. She cared about my financial needs and goals. Don't know, not applicable. Provided useful ideas for my situation. Not applicable. Treating me like a valued customer. You know, Natalie, I'm sorry, but you kind of sucked at the end there. I'll give you a 4. How did you contact the customer care center? Called. Based on your overall experience with PNC, I'd like you to recommend PNC Bank to a friend or family member. You know, I was just one call. I got a decent rate there. I don't know. I'll say an 8. What was the reason for your contact with the representative on 5/8/2019 to get help with the problem? I guess, I don't know if annoyance means annoyance with the bank, annoyance with their systems. I'll say an annoyance. How much do you agree or disagree with each of the following statements about the representative who assisted you with the problem on 5/8? She did understand my situation. She did empathize with me, but it wasn't exactly heartfelt. She took ownership. And she did resolve the issue. She was very good. I mean, she actually knew her stuff. She knew exactly what... Yes. If you haven't already, please provide a brief description of the problem. Alright, that's good enough. Sure, let them contact me. I'll tell them how horrible their call center is.
So basically, this is one of those customer service surveys that you see that I've talked about in the past. They'll use this as part of Natalie's metrics to grade her overall performance and whether she's a viable employee within the confines of that corporation. And they'll sit down with her, and if I had given her a score of anything under, I think under an 8 or a 7, they would have pulled the call. And they'd listen to it, and they'd pull up the survey and connect it with... They recorded her screenshots, they recorded the audio recording, and they have the customer service survey to tie it all together to say, hey, look, Natalie, this is why you suck as a customer service representative. But I didn't do that. I know I was kind of harsh with her. You know, and who knows what this girl's going through, you know, what she's got going on her plate and how much pressure she's under at work. I used my comments more to promote myself and to try to tell them how maniacal and awful their organization is, because they've got a loan from me, so they're not going to cancel my loan because they'll be out all the money. When you're a customer service representative, you get reviewed based off of your knowledge of the job, how quickly you answer customers' questions, and how well you answer the questions, and if you resolve their problems, and how professional and polite and friendly you are over the phone. And I would say she was like an 8 to a 10 on everything except at the end where she got kind of agitated. You could hear the tone of her voice. She was like, you could tell she was rolling her eyes. You can tell when someone's really like, oh my God, he's asking me more questions. Oh, sir, is there anything else I can help you out with? And she kept trying to get me off the phone. That was really frustrating. But outside of that, she got me signed up for online banking. She answered all my questions, and it was done, and I was off the phone. That's fine. Like, if I really wanted to be a dick, and let's say I didn't dislike Natalie, but I hated PNC, some people go through these questionnaires, they give everybody zeros, even though it has nothing to do with that person. I mean, I could talk to somebody who's as nice and as friendly and as knowledgeable as anyone, and the customer will still give that person, you know, for instance, like a customer service representative will take a call from somebody, and they'll be polite, they'll be professional, they'll be knowledgeable, they'll answer all their questions. But the person who's calling in does not like that bank, and they'll give everybody zeros, which will fail the call for the customer service representative, which will destroy their grades for that month, even that quarter, especially if they're on the brink of falling one way or the other. Like if they're on a passing grade right now, they're like on a B minus, but a C in the call center is a fail. You can't get a C. It has to be B or better. You have to get an A or a B on these calls to get your bonuses, to get your pay increases, to get your health insurance, to get promotions, to get moved to a different shift. If all those things don't line up, if all your metrics don't meet the minimum, bare bones minimum, which is a B rating, you don't get anything. You're stuck in that shift. You're stuck with that pay level. You're stuck with all these horrible things, and it can sometimes stay that way for 1, 2, 3 years. It's like being stuck in purgatory. So this is just an example of one customer service survey. This is how I answered it, and hopefully, you know, my remarks aren't. She wasn't the greatest in the world, but I don't think she deserves to get failed on the call. But they'll pull the call. They'll hear it if they want to. All of you have a good day. Buy my book, Press 1 for Murder. It's now for sale on Amazon on paperback and ebook. I also have Breathe, John Lennon, Conspiracy to Murder. And my third book is Small. So check those books out. And I hope you're all having a good day. Take care. Bye.